Oh hey, just dropping by. My name is John Green and you're watching Collision Class Global Past. In this episode we're going to be discussing the Second World War and the Cold War. Let's go check this out. Today I'm here with Tyson and also Sajin. He's currently working on his time machine to get back to World War II.
Today we'll be talking about pre-war, the causes of the war, and the time during it, and the aftermath of the war, and what it led to. We have some interesting footage we've uncovered from the era of Nazi Germany.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. See that guy right there? It looks like he just created a socialist country. Believe it or not, that's Adolf Hitler. Now I bet you're wondering how he got his power. Well, that all started when Hitler failed to get into art school. He then decided to join a small political party known as the NSDAP. That party later became banned in Germany, and Hitler was soon arrested for treason. After Hitler got out of jail, he rebuilt the party with a new name, which led him and Germany into later World War II.
You're reading the mystery document. If I do not guess the origin of this correctly, I will probably be injured in some way. Let's go. As I listened to the Emperor's voice announcing surrender, every word acquired a special meaning, and His Majesty's voice penetrated my mind. Tears streamed down my cheeks. I kept on telling myself that we must not fight ourselves and work hard for our common good. Yes, I pledged myself, I must work for Japan's recovery. The city was quiet. I could not detect any special expression on people's faces. Were they too tired? However, somehow they seemed brighter, and I could catch an expression showing a sign of relief. I could have been a reflection of my own feelings, but I knew I could trust what I saw. The voluntary fighting unit was disbanded, and I was no longer a member of the unit. Each of us burned the insignia of others' identifications. I cannot foresee what kind of difficulty will befall me, but all I know is that I must learn to survive relying on my health and my will to live.
You should have a will to live.
You know, I'm guessing this is an excerpt from a Japanese man because he was talking about the Emperor and he was volunteering fighting. They are also fighting American occupation in Japan, but it's probably not that. It's not that. It's time for the open letter, but first you have to check the secret compartment. Whoa, what's a nuclear bomb doing at my house? I did not see that one coming. Oh look, there's more. Looks like I have to read this open letter now. Dear Allies and Axis, your actions have led to some of the most significant events in modern history. The use of the nuclear bomb has created a whole new level of warfare, which influenced the Cold War heavily. Millions of civilian casualties combined with the deaths of soldiers made World War II the bloodiest in all of human history. Almost everything we know today would have been changed had the Axis powers harnessed nuclear technology first. It may have been American cities being bombed instead of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The Axis may have very well been able to win the war, then they would have been able to decide the rules. Best wishes, John Green. Just keep on going, just edit our voices out.
The road to World War II was paved by nations who had participated in World War I, still struggling with social and political upheavals. Japan's issues with these subjects led to rise to highly militaristic and ultra-nationalist groups. These groups would act as a major role in Japan. saying that their decisions to seize states and claim those states to be independent would contribute to their active roles in World War II. Japan's conflicts with China was that they were holding them back from becoming the greatest power in the world, and their previous history in World War I. Lesser known to European history was Japan's invasion of China. While these events took place before a global conflict was declared, they are strongly related to the Second World War. Unlike Japan, Germany's shift to power to the military was more abrupt and radical. Hitler's party was getting more popular with the people of Germany, and he later became the Chancellor. As Chancellor, he expanded his powers with constant promises to the German people, claiming he would be able to put Germany back at the top and essentially restore Germany's political stability. The Nazis had a unique style of warfare called Blitzkrieg, which gave them strong militaristic achievement in the past. Even with this, Japan was the first to strike in any sort of warlike response, in which they did on China. As a result, Hitler would begin to concentrate his forces on the drive to the Slavic East, eventually having a full-on assault on the country of Poland, and clearing any doubt in anyone's mind that Hitler was looking for a treaty.
I'm here with Kavine Stritzel over here to ask him some questions about World War II. He is a Nazi enthusiast. Alright, question number 1. What happened to the German government and its officials after the war?
The German government was divided into 4 permanent parts. B and the Allies government officials were tried as war criminals except Hitler. This is because he committed suicide in his bunker.
Okay, second question. How did the war affect other countries?
The war devastated other countries, such as Russia and England, which were basically left in ruins due to the bombing that occurred.
Good answer. If Soviet Russia and America were allies during the war, what events occurred to make them enemies in the next war that came?
Very good question. During post-war discussion with the other victorious nations, the U.S. agreed to give the Soviet Union and the land that they lost into the Russo-Japanese War when they won. The agreement in the mind of FDR that the territory would be liberated when the Russians got it back. In fear of another attack, the Soviet Union occupied the territory as soon as they started to act self-preserving instead of the Allies, and the U.S. discovered that the Soviet Union was spying on them during World War II.
Very informative. Alright, next question. How did World War II bring advanced scientific and technological advances to the world?
War was a catalyst for new technology because it brought it to new and effective weapons and nuclear warfare. The radar was also invented due to World War II, which resulted in the television. Some have argued that the computer was a result of World War II, due to Alan Turing's machine, Christopher. He built it to decipher the Germans' Enigma machine.
Cool. Okay, fifth question. Why did Japan join the Third Reich?
Just like Germany and Italy, Japan wanted more territory, and the start of an empire founded on military conquest. They also wanted to restore the effects of World War I. Japan also wanted the end of the Soviet communism.
So that was our video. If you look at the time, it's time for me to skedaddle.